The following is a presentation of the Nerd Complex Podcast Network.
You are listening to Audio Suplex Live. Hey yo.
Crunchy bass.
Hey yo.
Yes. Here we are without any of our spouses, just like Corey Graves.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. News drop like as soon as the show starts.
Yeah, we might as well talk about. I mean, it's in the news. Did you see that Corey Graves and Carmella apparently?
Yeah.
So I saw an article. It must have just posted because when I clicked on the link, it linked to her Instagram account. And she had posted it like 25 minutes before that. So I was like, man. So they were on the ball right away writing that article. So I thought maybe they might delete it, but yeah, apparently him and Carmella have a thing, and
allegedly,
allegedly,
we'll say allegedly. We're not the writers, we're not there or anything, but it's surprising.
Is Carmella wrestling tonight?
Mm-hmm.
She in a tag team with Naomi?
Fabulous Glow or
yeah,
something?
Okay,
yeah,
so
it was the Naomi bit. Yep.
So we will hear Corey Graves calling a Carmella match tonight. That might be interesting. Let's see if he avoids saying her name at all.
No, he's gonna just be all about Mandy Rose as he usually is, and I think that's why it's surprising to us a little bit.
Not to distract. No, go ahead. Keep talking. I'm gonna pull up this.
Mandy
video.
Rose is the one that he can't shut up about. Carmella, I was like, really?
Well, that's
you go from Big Cass.
Well, if Mandy Rose isn't interested, she's not interested.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, no means no. But Big Cass to Corey Graves. Big Cass. Corey Graves. I mean, he can't even pry his hands apart. So how are you gonna how did he do his thing? Did he? Is this what Corey Graves does? Does like
a fish?
Hey, you owe me $5.
Oh, sorry. No, this video.
You said his name. Oh, his personal favorite, Miss Money in My Pocket.
You got Nia Jax, you got Alexa Bliss, you got Lana, my personal favorite, Miss Money in the Bank, Carmella.
Oh,
personal favorite.
His personal favorite. He said that on the air.
Yikes. Corey Graves digging himself one.
I'm kind of mainly I don't care about it. But
I don't give a shit either.
If I couldn't be like, how dare you do that to your family, when if I was in the situation, I'd be like,
oh, Big Fish.
It's been,
I didn't realize he had so many kids.
Too, with JoJo,
Big Fish would be floundering out there, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, someone would have to throw me a life ring, get me out of the situation.
That's true.
He's swimming in the deep. Yeah. Innuendo.
Well, you're around hot, sweaty men all night. What are you going to do?
Hey,
what are you going to do? Those are some big facts.
You can't even wrestle those guys anymore. Can't even get out that sexual frustration that you would have had in the ring. Wait, what?
What? All right.
Is that how you've been watching wrestling your whole life?
Two guys working out their homosexual frustrations, fighting over a belt while wearing no pants. Yes.
Well,
you found me out.
We try not to talk about it.
I'm out now, guys.
We out here. All right. Let's
It's a very thuggish way of putting you coming out like, oh no, I'm out. Like, no, we out here.
We out here, dog.
We out here, dog.
We out here. All right. We're here for the Elimination Chamber, which is taking place tonight. Typically, this is one of my favorite pay-per-views of the year. I like the Chamber idea.
Very unpredictable too. It's not as unpredictable as the Rumble, but
right.
Second.
Although we did say Seth Rollins going to win the Rumble, and everyone was saying Seth Rollins going to win the Rumble. Seth Rollins won the Rumble.
Yeah.
I feel like tonight is going to be kind of similar. I think there's definitely a favorite in both of the Elimination Chamber matches. The women's tag maybe could go between two teams, but honestly, I think
those are going to surprise me.
I think the women's would be the only one that's really going to be a somewhat of a surprise. Because can we agree? I think the favorite, at least for the main event, the men's Elimination Chamber, is Daniel Bryan retaining.
Yeah.
So that he'll have the championship going towards WrestleMania, which obviously I think that's where he deserves to have his program.
Marquee match. Why would you change it now?
Right. He doesn't have a storyline really going with any of these guys specifically, so
this is how you make one, though. I mean, you got 2 months, so
Kofi maybe.
He just made that belt.
That's true. To have him lose it, although Stone Cold did not have the smoking skull belt for that long. He did have it, but he did not have it.
And
for
Naomi
that long.
had the glowing one, and that didn't last either.
That one probably lasted longer than the smoking skull, I think. I don't know.
I have to go back.
Yeah,
into
we'll have
the
to do some
anthology.
research.
Travis
How
is
long-
our anthologist.
The Brahma Bull belt, how long was that around? A week? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, but if it's made out of hemp and bedazzled jewels that you could get at your local Hobby Lobby or Michael's, it was very cheap to make. So,
When I saw that, I was like, I could make a replica of that.
yeah,
No
like it's
problem.
a burlap sack. And
No metal involved. Psh, that's the hard part. I'm not a welder.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's break down the card. We already talked about the main event, but we'll get back to that at the end. We'll kind of go over more specifics.
Yeah,
Let's,
that was
is there a pre-show? I think the Cruiserweight Championship match is the pre-show. Buddy Murphy, Akira Tozawa. Any chance Tozawa gets a win here?
No.
I mean, I haven't really. I watch 205 occasionally, sparingly. Do you have the network? Do you watch 205 at all?
I watch it when I go to SmackDown.
You watch it when you go to SmackDown. So when it's live in Toledo and you're there already, you'll sit down and watch it?
Sometimes I turn it on when I want to find some inspiration for my own moves, like when I want to do some flippy stuff.
Yeah. 205 Live is a great place.
Yeah, I rip a lot of things from there.
Nice.
Yeah.
405 live.
I'm geez, 405. 305 is offensive even.
No,
Like,
it's just to double it up. It's just double
305 is not that far.
if you're
off.
doubling 205, it would be 410.
Math's hard.
410 live. Okay, so
Doesn't roll off.
so then you saw live in person the Tony Nese match, the Extreme Rules Tony Nese. Who did he beat up? I can't even remember.
I haven't watched 205 in months.
Who did he beat the crap out of?
the other
TJ
cruiserweight.
Perkins? No, who was it?
Sorry, man.
Man,
I heard that that SmackDown. We usually get it once, twice a year here in town, and I completely forgot about it. Just like the dates crept up on me. But I found out by one of my regulars at work that it wasn't like the best show to be at, considering like from watching it at home from a viewer standpoint. And I know we'll get into this in a second with Kofi and everything. The gauntlet match is fantastic as that was. Good to watch at home.
Yeah, I
I heard
enjoyed
it
it.
was terrible while you're actually there live. You paid all that money.
you were there, right? False?
That match was great live.
I can imagine. I think
much
But do you
energy
feel like you got
behind Kofi
ripped off?
Kingston. No, it was
No?
a good show.
it's
okay.
probably the most matches. If you break down the gauntlet match into separate matches, that's probably the most matches they've had on a SmackDown Live, and probably since it's been back on the air. Honestly,
Technically, what, 4? Is it 4? Was that 4?
and that wasn't the only other. There was other matches on the card too. There was a women's
there was-
tag match, right? With triple
Yeah,
threat.
That was honestly that I love that the whole Ilconics not doing anything.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
smart.
I aspire to that.
Smart.
And
That's
we'll
like a
get
big
into that
fish
in a second,
tactic.
too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, don't do nothing.
If I can not do something and it benefits me, I'm gonna not do something.
The only detraction I felt was, and I don't know if this is true, but normally when you go to a WWE event, there's a dark match.
Yeah,
that's
after
not
205
televised,
Live. Yeah.
where baby faces win and everyone goes happy. That didn't happen.
Yeah, that didn't
And
happen.
I
I
asked
think
about that,
Mysterio was advertised to be in said match, and like
just-
I said, I'm not
it
sure.
just
if that's
ended
what
and then they
everyone
didn't
was
say
saying.
anything, or-
And no, it was just after the 205. See you
Did
guys.
you know that? Did you know that before 205 Live started that there was not going to be anything after that? Or was it kind of up in the air?
I went with Ace Miles to the show, and he was telling me that
He
that
already.
was supposed to happen.
Oh, okay,
Like
so
there was supposed to be that dark.
so
match.
during the 205 Live, you're like, all right, we still got one more match. We might see Rey
Yeah.
Mysterio, and it just didn't happen.
Right.
That's really crappy.
Oh, man. SmackDown, the blue brand, giving the blue balls.
Because I remember, so before last time I went to a SmackDown, it's been a long time because I work every Tuesday, so I can't take off, so I can't go. But last time I went was with you, and I remember they filmed like main event and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, it was main event before SmackDown.
And then
Then it was something afterwards.
they did their dark match or whatever. I don't remember what match it was.
I think it was like
remember
Cena or something.
I know Seth Rollins was there with his Money in the Bank, or was he the champion? I think he was Money in the Bank because he had J&J Security. I don't know. I just remember he had a promo in Toledo. That was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was about 2016.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, maybe it's 15. Jeez. We've been friends that long? Holy crap.
Longer than that even.
Yeah. Well,
Friends
shoot.
enough to go to a wrestling event together. Just
Yeah.
me and him went. We didn't even have anybody with us.
Yeah, so there wasn't a proxy and it wasn't weird.
Right.
Look at
We were
that.
just like,
it was
hey.
it was a good old date.
That's beautiful, guys.
That's beautiful. We're over
talked
here,
to-
we're over here bromancing.
We've talked about one
I love you,
match.
Court.
Yeah.
the pre-show match.
Yeah.
We're saying there's no way Akira Tozawa wins. We're going Buddy Murphy all in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he loses that belt to his former friend, Tony Nese. I'm a big Tony Nese fan.
Yeah, see, I haven't followed 205 in a while, so they are not
The
like
wrestling's
training
good.
buddies
No, they
anymore?
like split up just recently.
Oh, okay. Hashtag sad.
Hashtag sad. The wrestling's really good on that show. The storylines are kind of wonky, and it's hard to do a 1-hour show.
Yeah. Now, if we're talking about
that.
205s and guys on that, did you see the Matt Riddle, Drew Gulak on
Yeah,
NXT?
and NXT, yeah. Well, Gulak's amazing.
Yeah,
you watch
he's-
NXT, Big Fish?
Takeovers. I try to catch up when I can.
Hey,
but
you want to take
I-
flippy stuff from 205? You don't take your technical and promo work from NXT?
Honestly, I don't watch much of the product
Dang.
anymore.
No. Pay-per-view guy?
Not even as much. I probably won't even watch tonight. But
Fair enough.
I'm big.
Don't say
I'm
that
about
on
a
the
big
show.
four guy.
Don't
I'm gonna watch
say
it now that I'm talking about it. You're amping me up.
Okay, good. Well, now you got to see if your predictions come true.
Right.
I mean, so far you're pretty much a lock at going to get this first one correct. Buddy Murphy retains.
Yeah.
I
that's
don't
a
know.
safe
Is there
bet.
anything else on the pre-show? I don't think so. Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin, no DQ match. I guess it's finally happened. I think this is the match they were supposed to have back at TLC,
Yeah, essentially.
which they technically had, but obviously Braun didn't do any moves. He just pinned him.
Yeah, everybody did the work for him.
I have no interest in seeing this match at all. I guess the reason you have it is because Braun has to be on the show somewhere, and this is the only guy he's been feuding with.
Yep. And you got to finish. You got to close up your loose ends, but they're not really loose.
Literally
I mean, it's been sewn up
pointless.
for a while.
I have a feeling. I mean, storyline-wise, Braun should win and move on to something better. I think they're going to do something stupid like have Baron Corbin win because Drew McIntyre is teaming up with Baron for some stupid reason, even though Baron has no control or power anymore.
Yeah, and then watching like this, it's not even like a power struggle. They're not writing it as a power struggle,
Right.
But it feels like it is, and it's feeling forced, like you're pushing something that is not there,
Right.
And so it's like, what is the point of his character now? Like, we remember he went and cut all of his hair off, and now he's wrestling like a host at TGI Fridays. So what's the point of him right now? So it's just very inorganic. And
I
it's not
honestly
good right
think
now.
the smart deal would be to after this match, remove Baron Corbin from the storyline completely. So maybe Braun just murders him.
That's
And they can
what I think.
write him out for
It'd
a
be
while.
a squash match,
And
or
then we
something.
have Drew versus Braun at Fastlane, and the winner, I don't know, IC championship match at WrestleMania or something. I don't know. Obviously, they're both heavyweight championship material,
Facts.
but there's already a match. We already have Brock versus Seth Rollins at Mania. So,
The winner teams up with Nicholas
oh,
Mania.
So
and
Nicholas.
so Braun wins.
to beat the Revival in a Are
Oh wait, so
That's
so
what they're gonna
That's
do.
probably the most realistic booking option we've actually thrown out.
now are the Raw tag titles on the card at all today?
No.
No, they
Not
are
in any way. Maybe that's
the
why they were
rival
on
just they
Monday.
won their belts.
But see, like,
they don't
now-
have a feud set up.
So before we go into the next thing, because we all know that this Braun and Baron thing is pointless.
So who cares who wins?
Right? No, who cares who wins? Braun Strowman. That's my
We'll say
lock.
Braun is a
Yeah.
safe lock, but they could definitely do something
Oh,
stupid
yeah.
like have Baron
Oh,
Corbin.
without a doubt. But it'd be the third time in a row, and that would be also very stupid. Not third time in a row, but like the way that they do it. Anyway.
Right, a dumb ending.
Yeah. But with the Revival, is it now all you got to do with WWE is complain and say that you're leaving and you get your shot, or do you think that article and that news and stuff was all a work?
I think a lot of it is a work. They got every day I see one more person on the roster is going to wrestle for AEW. I actually thought of maybe making a fake article that Big Fish Rambowski was about to sign with AEW. Just
Yo,
I saw you got the call,
yeah,
but it ended up being what, life insurance?
yeah. It was Cody from Life Insurance.
Cody from Life. Hello, Cody. Yes, I'm ready to sign.
Yeah,
Yes.
oh man.
I might still do it.
I might still sign that, whatever it was.
So now,
I
do
don't
you
know if that
think
fits.
the Revival's going to run with that, or do you think we're going to get like a rubber match eventually? Not saying at the Chamber. But
Honestly, I don't think anything's really going to happen with the tag division on Raw until after the Superstar shakeup because they don't have any quality teams on Raw in
They
the
really
tag
don't.
division that are
AOP
worth
completely
anything.
fell off.
No, and one of them's injured right now. That's why we had there was a was it the pre-show last month at the Rumble? Was it? I think it was Scott Dawson and one of the AOP guys against the tag champs, which I can't even remember who who they were. Who did they just beat for the tag team titles?
Who?
Oh, Gable and
Yeah,
Rude.
yeah,
So
Rude.
yeah, Rumble. It was Scott Dawson and one of the AOP guys teaming up.
What the heck?
Oh my
I'm trying to mute
god!
that. It's already muted.
I think what's going on is they put the belts on them to make us go, ah. And then
Make the marks happy.
I think it's gonna get ripped off of them, and then they're just gonna be stuck in their contract, and we're all gonna be unhappy. Like
I think they're gonna be better than they were as far as how they're used. But where's it gonna go? Again, the Raw division is garbage, so there's not really anything for them to prove themselves against. I don't know. I'm sorry. I love the Revival.
Yeah, I do love the Revival. I just wish it mattered right now. They do. Surprisingly, the gel between Rude and Gable, it's
I'm surprised.
good.
I think Chad Gable's really good at making things work.
Yeah, and kudos to him on that. And Rude being the seasoned veteran that he is, he can turn shit to sugar too. But they both deserve more separately. I'm not saying that in this case that we break them up right now, but I wish the Revival really I wish they got it from like AOP or Cesaro and Sheamus or something.
A formative team.
Right.
Yeah. What was Bobby Roode's tag team partner in TNA? Beer Money? What was his?
James Storm.
I heard he was supposed to be coming back. This was a while ago, so I don't know if it fell through or they're waiting. But this could be a way to bring him in, is have them split and he teams back up with his old tag team buddy.
He's not coming.
Yeah, James
He's not
Storm,
coming?
if anything, would be a freelancer, just goes wherever he wants. Or if we could hop on this train, he'd be an AEW guy too.
I don't know. He came to
Because he's
NXT for a very short time. He wrestled a few matches in NXT a couple years ago.
5. He was there. It was
And
all
then he
hype.
then he went back to Impact and really didn't do much.
Yeah, he did like all of his tapings and then a couple of house shows, and it literally lasted a month.
No.
Yeah.
So I would like to see James Storm in something, but it wouldn't be WWE related.
I don't really care. I don't really know that much about him.
Fair enough. Louis Perez says, "What up, Fish?"
Louis, come back. Seriously.
He
Come back.
moved to Texas or something. Was that?
Yeah, he moved to Texas and he broke my heart.
Yeah, if you come back to town, you'd be on our show, and you can film your show on our show, and we'll have a show within a show.
Hey, dog, I heard you like TV shows.
Yeah.
Well, I'm here to pimp your show.
All right.
next?
Let's move on to another exciting match. Lio Rush teaming up with Bobby Lashley to take on Finn Balor.
In a handicap match.
If Balor pins either of them, he becomes the Intercontinental Champion. I think Lashley retains.
No,
No.
I don't.
Ooh, let's hear this.
They just had him beat the piss out of Bork Laser for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
They're pushing him, I think.
So you think he's going to be okay with that?
Giving him
the
something-
IC title? Is he going to pin Lio Rush? And then they have a feud at Fastlane. They rematch Lashley Balor at Fastlane.
Right, yeah, because if he pins Rush, he didn't pin Lashley,
right,
so
so
then
he's got
there's a
the-
gripe there.
He's got the argument that he gets a rematch, which they got rid of the rematch clause with the new era, but obviously he's going to get a rematch if that's the case. And then maybe you have Finn Balor defend his IC title in the ladder match that they used to do at WrestleMania. I think that would be a good spot for him.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Multi-man Intercontinental ladder match. Have him win.
Yeah.
Retain his title. That'll be...
Because Finn Balor needs it, man. Like, I'm surprised he is so over with the way that he gets used. Now, because he doesn't have that underdog feel, but he's not... They're not allowing him to get to that top spot like a Rollins or a Reigns or something. So, yeah, he's definitely top tier mid card. So, yeah, it would be time because Lashley with that championship doesn't.
Lashley is terrible.
Yeah,
I've never liked him.
I've never been a fan either. No. Great physique,
No
looks good,
charisma.
moves good, but yeah, he's got the charisma of like a wet cardboard
He can wrestle
box.
all right. He's an all right wrestler, but that's not what it's all about.
I think he's still on the NXT hype.
He's on the NXT hype?
Still.
Who,
Like-
Bobby Lashley?
No, Balor.
Oh, okay.
Because something I noticed, if you see all these names on the board, though NXT is amazing, I think the big people promoted from NXT might have killed storylines for the main roster for a while. Not killed, but hurt, because you have so many people on the roster now that you want to be world champion, and there's just too much. It's like a small indie company locker room where everybody's like, you know, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
Kind of.
Well,
thing.
then you have your Universal Champions gone all the time. So even the thing that they all want to have,
and then
it's not even there for them to get.
You bring up your Balor, your Samoa Joe, your Shinsuke Nakamura. You have all these guys, and all the people are used to them destroying it on NXT, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, what? He's feuding for the U.S. title in a dumb storyline. Like, you know that's going to happen to Aleister Black in a couple of years, right?
For sure.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
it's weird.
They could book it properly. They probably won't. But I mean, I don't know. Samoa Joe really disappoints me because even though I still believe in him, and when he cuts a promo, I believe every word he says, he does not win. He doesn't win any matches.
Yeah.
Ever.
Bray Wyatt, too.
Bray Wyatt as well. He talks a big game. He doesn't win any matches.
Is he coming back?
Eventually. Maybe tonight. Maybe he joins the eco-friendly society.
Dude.
That's the rumor. It's either him or Luke Harper could show up tonight. It could be a whole new Wyatt family led by Daniel Bryan.
In reverse. What?
And the reason, and they finally explain why they don't shower. It's because they're trying to save the environment. Like the sweat stains on Harper's shirt. It's because he's trying to save the environment. The detergent is dangerous to plant life.
That big smelly dude's going to tear another hole in the ozone with his armpits, bro.
Perspiration blocking out the sun rays. And I just had a thought about this too. It's talking about all this returning, and you got guys in the locker room already. You got guys in the pipeline that are set to return too, like Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, and stuff. And I was just also in the back of my mind still on the Finn Balor thing. Imagine, like, you brought up that ladder match. Like, who would you throw into that thing? Like,
KO would be great. Sami Zayn,
and then coming back to capture that at Mania, and then setting up something maybe between a Balor and a Kevin Owens.
KO did say about a month out. He had a promo on. I think it was on SmackDown. It aired. He was, or maybe it was Raw. He was bowling with his family.
Yeah, I just saw it.
Apparently, his new gimmick is he's the everyman, but just an average guy. Because like he went up to bowl and he rolled a gutter.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it's like. Somebody worded it, his gimmick is going to be like Mr. Perfect, but like the opposite. Instead of being like really cocky about everything and like legitimately being perfect, is like he's going to be very confident, but he's like legitimately not going to be perfect at all.
So how do you translate that into the ring outside of a promo, though?
I don't know, you could come out and be like, yeah, I have a good family. I have a nice 401k plan. I've been at the plant for 20 years.
Yeah.
I only do missionary with my wife on Sundays.
Dang.
Wait, there's other things?
Bro, we got a lot to talk about after this.
Wait a minute. You're talking like there's more than just that? Okay. Well, we'll talk.
Yeah.
It's a whole new world.
Oh my God.
The Kama Sutra, read to you by Big Fish.
Big Fish uses Splash.
That's our next special.
Book it.
Let's go.
Okay. So we're gonna say Finn Balor.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's about time.
I'm swayed over on that.
I need and imagine how cool that white belt will look on those new red trunks that he's rocking. Remember, I've been watching a little too much, paying a little too much detail. That belt's gonna look real good on them trunks, dog.
Speaking of belts on trunks, The Miz and Shane have belts on trunks, and they're taking on the Usos. Recently out of the penitentiary, coming to make it just in time to make it for this match. Do you think there's a chance that the Usos, despite the arrest in Detroit this week,
there's no despite that he's getting arrested once a week, dude,
that they're getting gonna get these belts? Now he's been arrested before. He got a DUI like a year or two ago, and it did not affect.
No, yeah, he just turns up.
WWE came out with a statement and said, he's his own person. He makes his own decisions.
Right. Just like how Jeff has his own stuff, like several months back too.
Yeah, he
just get a little sloshed. Had one too many. But it's always Jimmy. And then what's funny is if you look at the aesthetic of the characters on TV right now, like Jay always has that crazy look in his eyes. He's always the one really throwing that gritty voice out there, waving his head around. He's got the grays in the beard and the tiny little beady eyes and shit.
They're identical twins, so they have the same eyes.
No, they don't. That's how I could tell the difference anyway. They don't.
They used to paint, one would paint one side of his face and one would paint the other side of his face. And then now it's one guy wears a shirt and one guy doesn't wear a shirt. Not always, but
Yeah, Jay just always looks like he's the one to pop off and turn up.
I never know who is who, honestly, and I don't know how the commentators do it, but I would.
I've never been able to.
Well,
no way.
Well, apparently Topps trading cards can't get it right either because they put Jay and Naomi on a power couple card when it's supposed to be Jimmy and Naomi. So apparently it was Naomi though.
She was in the car. She was driving.
Yeah, I think she was the one that was driving, but car reeked of booze. He got out and squared up.
Took his shirt off and was gonna fight a cop.
Your stupid ass down, dude. Why? Why? But what's my take on it? Shoot. Miz and